Today we're going to take some of our sketchbook drawings or a sketchbook drawing and we're going to turn it into an abstract composition. So you may choose any sketchbook drawing that we have done so far that you like. It could be your shoe, it could be the peach, it could be the apple core, it could be the canna. So it's really important that you choose a drawing that you like. I'm going to show you the steps on how to turn this into an abstract drawing. We're going to need a couple things today. We're going to need our ruler. We're going to need a scissors. Of course, we'll need our pencil, and we'll need an extra sheet of paper. And when you start, you will need to choose your sketchbook drawing. I have chosen one of my shoe drawings. The first thing is with our extra piece of paper, we're going to make a viewfinder. So we're going to fold it in half. And then using our ruler, we're going to make an L. And we're going to make the L by lining up the ruler from the fold and going to the edge twice. And my lines are pretty dark, and so on this part it's fine to make dark lines. When we go to the next stage, I'm making dark lines because if I make light lines it will not show up in the filming, but I want you to make light lines. Now we're going to cut this out. So I'm cutting on the inside of the L. Okay, don't throw this away. We're going to use that later. So here is my L. My next step is I'm going to open up the L and I'm going to cut on the fold. So I have two parts to the L. Okay, and this is going to be my viewfinder. So with the viewfinder I can arrange to be a square. I can arrange to be a rectangle. I can turn it any way. So this will help me find an interesting part of my drawing. I don't want a part of the drawing that is empty, that has small shapes and big shapes, but I can't tell what it is. I don't want a part of my drawing that has too many small parts or that is too complicated. But it's very important that I choose a part that has interesting lines. So if I choose this part, for example, I have some larger shapes, I have some smaller shapes, and I have lines going on the diagonal, vertical, horizontal. So I want to see, what are the lines doing? What are the shapes doing? This is too much the same. That's too much the same. This is interesting. That's too much the same. So I think I'm going to come back up here. I kind of like this. Now I can go small. I can go big. So it's really important. That one's kind of too complicated if I go there. So I need to spend some time finding the part that is interesting, and that looks pretty good. So I think I will go with this. Okay, once I found the spot, I want to do a couple things. I picked it because it has some small shapes and interesting lines, and it has some larger shapes, and I need both of those. So try to think about, we need small, medium, and large. We need some that are a little more complex and some that are a little bit more open. And I want to be sure that I can tell what my image is, that I can tell by the picture that it's a shoe, or if I choose this, when people see the title of my artwork, they go, oh, now I see the parts that's from the shoe. And so if I can't see that it's from the shoe, if you choose your shoe, then choose something else, a different part of the view. So if I'm choosing the peach, I need to have the peach and some leaves. If I'm choosing the apple core, I need to have different parts so I can tell that. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to find kind of the center here, and I'm not marking the drawing. I'm marking the paper of my viewfinder. And I want to think about dividing it in half. On the other side, where is that half? And I'm going to make a light line inside the box. Okay, now I'm going to get my piece of paper. And then I'm going to number these 1, 2, 3, and 4. On my paper, I'm going to slide this over here for a moment. On my paper, I'm going to make a light mark at the edge of half. I'm not folding my paper, I'm making a light pencil line. And I can make a light line. It's very important that we keep the lines light because we're going to be changing all the lines. And I'm going to draw by looking at this piece of paper. And so I'm going to start with section number 1. So to do that, I'm going to take my center that I had, and I think the leftover paper from making my viewfinder, and I'm going to block. It's kind of hard to do the drawing if I'm looking at the whole part, and so this piece is going to go in my upper left corner. Now when I look at my paper, I notice this is section number 1, so I'm going to put this in section number 1. And when I look at my paper, this is more rectangle and this is more square. So I might want to draw from the center over, and then I can end this later. Okay? So the first thing I want to look at is where this nice diagonal comes here, and it's not exactly in the corner. So I can look at the angle here, and how does that come across? How does it curve? And that's this line right here. And it's okay if it's not exactly like the picture, but I want to be pretty close. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to take this shape and I'm going to draw, and I already see I'm not at half, but we'll go on down to here. And I'll come on over here. Now I'm going to come up to this part at the top. So starting at the top, where is this line? Coming down here. Okay, can you stop it?